In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the difference between stress management and stress relief. Hi, I'm Annie Mood, and I'm a stress management coach for business owners who want to increase their focus, reduce their stress, and then ultimately increase their revenue. So let's start with stress management. So stress management is all about managing your mental and emotional states. Why do we need to manage our mental and emotional states? Now, when we manage our mental and emotional states, we are able to respond to stress that is incoming. Stress is an important mechanism in our humanness. When we are faced with danger, when we are faced with real threat, we need our stress mechanism to kick in, because that stress mechanism, that stress hormone, is going to kick us into action. So stress is actually inevitable, firstly, and it is an important part of our lives. But the problem is when it becomes chronic stress. So 2000 years ago, when we needed to run away from a saber-toothed tiger, we needed our stress hormones to kick in. We needed adrenaline to kick in so that we can be safe. But our brains haven't evolved as much as we would like it to. And what happens is that it still believes that there is a threat. The thing that it believes might be a threat might be something such as being late for work, being stuck in traffic, or not being able to communicate with another person, or getting your information across to another person, or when you have a bill to pay, or when you have a deadline to meet. So all of these things activate the same part of our brain, which causes us to feel that there is a threat. So stress management really is about transforming stress into positive energy. It's about identifying what the limiting beliefs we have within us that triggers the stress response. Now, with stress relief is about relieving the stress of the physical symptoms that we experience in our bodies. So what are some of those physical symptoms that we experience? We might experience palpitation, our heart beating really fast, or we might experience a knot in our stomach, or we might experience tense shoulders. Now, with stress relief, we can either relieve our stress in healthy ways or unhealthy ways. And we know what the healthy ways are. The healthy ways are talking to a friend, going for a walk, doing some exercise, writing in your journal. Those are all healthy ways of relieving the stress symptoms. But unhealthy ways are things like overindulging in alcohol, or overindulging in eating, or binge watching social media, or binge watching movies or Netflix, or whatever it is. So those are unhealthy ways of relieving stress. Stress relief is very much a short-term technique. And I think a lot of people get confused between stress management and stress relief. Now, because often when I ask people, how do you manage your stress? They say to me, I meditate, I go for a walk, and so on. And all those are beautiful ways to relieve stress, but they don't get to the core of the problem, which means that the minute there's a trigger again, then you are going to experience that stress again. So with stress management, it is about identifying those triggers, becoming aware of those triggers, identifying them, and then working on releasing them forever. And then empowering yourself with more positive beliefs. Now, there are different stages when it comes to managing stress. And the first stage is awareness. Awareness is extremely important. If you're not aware of how you are reacting, of what your triggers are, of when you might be triggered, as a preventative measure, then you're going to find that you are always in a reactive state of stress. The second stage is stress relief. Now, the minute you do become aware and you do feel the stress, the physical symptoms, you immediately try to relieve the symptoms. Okay, healthy or unhealthy ways, but you try to relieve the symptoms. The third stage is when you start to manage your stress and you start to build resilience. And I love this stage. This is a stage that I teach as well. This is the building resilience as a preventative measure. So it's all about managing your energy. It's all about managing your energetic field. So when you start to build resilience, which means you start to top up your energy before anything happens, and I love to do this in the mornings, before anything happens, you are not as triggered as strongly as you would if your energy battery is low. And that's the most important thing. We all have an energy battery and we all need to top up our energy battery so that we are building healthy resilience so we can manage our stress. And the last stage is when you transform stress into positive energy. And when you transform stress into positive energy, you are now changing whatever the program is in your subconscious that is running and causing the stress, whatever those beliefs are, whatever is limiting you, whatever is stopping you and blocking you and making you feel stressed. When you transform that energy, you release those negative beliefs, then you see the transformation happen in your life and you see the results all around you. You no longer feel pain. You start to heal within you. You start to heal any chronic illnesses. You start to become more productive. You start to become more focused. You're not triggered as much by things that really take so much of your energy when it doesn't really need to. But the thing about the stages is that they're interchangeable. We are multifaceted beings, which means there is no chronological order to this stages. It happens, you become aware, and the most important thing I believe is, and from all of my experience working with myself and with others, is that 1, you notice, 2, you start to change when you notice and you start to learn how to respond differently, and then finally just eliminating that stress, eliminating those triggers. So I hope you found this informative, because when you're relieving stress, it's fantastic. But when you manage stress, it transforms your life and it takes your results to the next level. So I'm going to leave you with that today. So if you want to book a stress relief session, you're ready to transform your life, you're ready to let go of all the stresses that no longer serve you, that is just taking up too much energy unnecessarily and removing your focus from your business, then click on the link in the description and I would love to have a call with you.